Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Right at the convergence of the three rivers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. They go play action here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. You got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now, saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open space inside the 10. Touchdown, Ravens. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after here coming up. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time a 6-play drive, and a long run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there on a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
There he goes right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now carry Spear on for the extra point. And now look at him go. The 30, the 20. And this defies logic. That winds up 2 points for the other team. Utterly unbelievable. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. So possession one ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and in throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. He'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 9 catches, 69 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. What's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches?
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here we go. 3-19.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They run the counter now on 1st down. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one's incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 9-6 is our score. More from the Steel City coming up after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Owens. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. 23 yards on the play.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. They've been moving moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is right through. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Looking to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
I feel for some of these guys nowadays because it is so tough to be able to run with these tight ends. Their speed, their elusiveness, especially when they run across the field. Because you're not just running with him, you're trying to run through some traffic as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. To go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Play action, they'll throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And his kick here is good. And you can bump the lead up to 9. It's 15-6. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports halftime report. The Steelers haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Ravens will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Ravens with their opening drive. He'll cut it out right on the outside run, and this run goes for a touchdown as they put the first points on the board. 1st and 10, Miles able to get clear of the defense, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Midway through the 2nd quarter, defense is going to come away with the sack. This goes for a loss of 9. Until late in the 2nd. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. So that'll bring our halftime report to a close. We'll go back now to Heinz Field for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on 2nd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, it's Owens. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, and in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Last go around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And they give this time to the tailback. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. And now, Charles, what do? You want to create some space here for your punter if you have to punt.
I think maybe you just go quarterback sneak and try and create that space and hope your punter can help you out.
Let's go. 3-19.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I'm not sure how much I really love that call. It almost seems like a little bit of a give up there. But maybe what they were thinking is, we got a chance to pop one. They think we're just going to give up here, hand it to the big man, and maybe he can get through. Sometimes there's a little bit of courage in play calling that maybe we don't give enough credit.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And some room to maneuver. 34 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Let's go!
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 and the 6.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
Let's go! Green 39!
That's complete, right around the 8. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They come out here in the eye. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and goal.
Green 39! Green 39!
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards remaining now on second down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. To throw now on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Blue, line it.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go. Green 39.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down. Second down and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Steelers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's third and 2.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And some room to roam now. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And now a first down following that long gain. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Hard throw, incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. That got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And some room to work. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially
All right, here we go.
if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete. Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. To throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here come the Ravens. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. To throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
A gain of 3, second down. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And he's got some space here. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they're operating in the red zone. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And his kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead.